Hello and welcome back to another episode of the 12 Bakes of Christmas. Now yesterday we made a mulled cheesecake, which is just an incredibly tasting New York style cheesecake that is perfect for any dinner party. Check out the recipe for that below. Today we have another Christmas classic with a bit of a twist for you coming up. Black Forest Yule Log. The Yule Log is a Christmas classic, so this season we've whipped it up with some Black Forest fruity goodness. For the sponge, you'll need to whisk together 6 egg whites until they form stiff peaks. Sprinkle over 50 grams of sugar and then whisk through. In a separate bowl, whisk together the 6 egg yolks with 100 grams of sugar until pale and fluffy. Add in 1 tablespoon of vanilla and your 50 grams of cocoa powder. Beat a few spoonfuls of the egg whites into your egg yolk mixture and then fold in the remainder, being careful not to lose any air. Line a Swiss roll tin with some greaseproof paper and then pour in the mixture and bake in the oven for 20 minutes at 180 degrees. Let the cake cool slightly and then turn out onto another piece of parchment, covering it with a clean tea towel. At this stage you can roll the Swiss roll with the tea towel in between, just to make the job easier later on. Lightly whip 300 milliliters of double cream with a little icing sugar to sweeten. Drain your cherries and brush the sponge with the kirsch. Pipe rows of cream along the sponge in between rows of cherries. Now let's get ready to roll! Starting at one of the short ends, roll the sponge away from you, making sure you get as tight a roll as possible. Slice up a small section of the end of the roll and we'll use this as a branch later. For the icing, mix together 125 grams of icing sugar with 110 grams of butter. Add in half a teaspoon of vanilla and 90 grams of melted chocolate. Assemble the cake and then cover with the chocolate icing. Use a fork to make some branch-like markings and then dust with icing sugar. And there you go, a wonderful Black Forest Yule Log that is a perfect Christmas dessert. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you subscribe to Bradley's Baking Bible. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and join us again for tomorrow for another fantastic recipe.